Good afternoon, sir.
So, you're able to see my slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So today we'll discuss about one more topic that I will take up later, okay, at the end of the class. Yeah. Chen, yeah.
Okay, sir.
So we were discussing about various models for the pattern recognition system. So one of them may be using certain artificial neural network, right? So it basically has some fundamental block of this network is a neuron, right? Artificial neuron. Actually, it is because of the biological neuron that has motivated people for doing research on, right? That has came out with an artificial form, right? So you can understand that in most of the engineering work, we mimic nature. Maybe you know aeroplane or whatever you take, no flight, like flying thing, any flying thing. Artificial one is mimic of birds, right? Similarly here, say artificial neural network, fundamental motivation is biological neuron, basically. This biological neuron is one of the major element of your biological neural network. You know that. So brain or nervous system is inspired researchers to look for some computing domain here, right? Or artificial neuron or neural network. Resulted because of biologists as well as mathematicians, they worked initially on the similar area and they have come up with some models which is mimicking the operation like how the biological neuron works. In a similar way, they mimicked and they thought of modeling it and applying that similar concept, right, in the computation domain. So as a result, the neural network, a similar computation network like what human brain function, right? We have today, right? See, the fundamental neuron looks like this. When you see this fundamental neuron, which will have you have studied, so I am not going in deep. So dendrites, lactate some input element, right, in a biological neuron. So you have cell body. Later you have some axon region, right? So what happens here? The number of strength, whatever arriving, right, will be collected by the cell body, and later the signal strength maybe some pulse or some triggering pulse maybe going through axon towards some junction here. What is the junction you studied here? Refer to what? Say a particular biological neuron junction, neuron to neuron, right? There is no direct connection, right?
Synaptic cleft, sir.
Correct. Synaptic junction. Now, see, this kind of area is trying to bind, right, to neurons. You have studied that physiological and anatomical details of that. When it comes to pattern recognition problem here, you understand that The problem may be sometimes simple or sometimes complex. But however, when you think about implementing some models here, say you may have to choose one of the model, maybe neural network model or some other model. But in this model, you need to use some group of neurons together. So people have planned that. But before discussing about the exact neuron model, I just give some simple statistics here, which is done by some other research groups, may not be of technical much here. You can just see some statistics, what others have observed regarding the brain and the number of neurons in that, right? A number is provided here, right? You can see around 300 plus neurons may be seen in some animal, whereas higher number of neurons may be seen in some other animal, like ant. Maybe the brain size is differing sometime, or sometime the nervous system is changing, right? Number of neurons basically may be higher compared to ant in chimpanzee, right? Or some kind of rat. We have some statistics, right? So even human being has slightly higher. See, we can say that each animal brain itself is some kind of neural network, biological neural network, right? Help in computing or help in see some kind of decision making, right? So it is a mimic for further modeling, right? That is why I just took those example. Just when you study here, what you observe, can you give some inference on this? What you understand here?
The human brain is the most complex
Yeah.
type of neural system there is.
Yeah, it is true that the number of neurons increased here. It may be a network having higher neurons, maybe more complex network, right? So even when you see number of neurons is higher, and it's even seen that each neuron is making many connection with neighbor neuron. That is where the lot of complexity involved with this neural system, right? So this is another statistics you can see. See the size with respect to some brain size of, if you just focus on brain size, the brain size of elephant is higher generally in terms of gram. It is given here compared to even human being, right? Some study by certain research group. The statistics are presented here. And even the brain power related to that, some people have studied. Some statistics, when you observe, the human brain has around 16 billion of neurons in certain region, right? Cortex region. Suppose you compare the cortex region of these animals, you find in human being it is 16 billion. Whereas in some other, right, it differs. Elephant, it is different. So intelligence varies. Anyway, it is just a different example. Don't think that it is just, I kept it for you to explore. A lot of argument happens in this area. I'm not going to take it as a discussion for here. Anyway, however, we know that human having this complex neural network can take good decisions, right? That's why he has kept in some hierarchy. So you can explore if you're interested. I'm not going to take it up here much. Okay, it is beyond the subject here. So let us come to the topic of interest is just understanding neuron and comparing with the artificial neuron, and using the artificial neuron model is the major agenda here. Okay. So when I take basics of human brain as we have mentioned there may be large number of neurons, biological neurons, and these neurons are said to be even computing elements of the brain, right? So some kind of activity it does, right? Even it is having neighbor connections so that the number of junctions what it has in the neighborhood also will be lot. So it's because of that it is very, very complex network, right? Each neuron will have several connection with its neighbors. It's a very complex network. That's why they call it is a very densely connected network. You know, computer network are very simple networks. You may be seen in the lab. One of the computer connected to another computer, maybe in LAN or some kind of architecture, right? If you take wide area network, yes, even there may be some millions of computers, right? Like internet. But here you can see large amount of neurons in a small area, right? So it's very, very complex. Still, a lot of things need to be understood. Anyway, as such, in generally, when you take human body and say, for example, pattern recognition system, right? In generally, we understand that there is some analogy you can see. In pattern recognition system also we talk some input, sensory data, and we are trying to process it in various steps, right? Here. Then we do some kind of classification and later some pre-processing or post-processing later, right? Initially some pre-processing, then maybe classification, then post-processing. This block diagram we were talking in the beginning of our subject. Different phases of our recognition system. But when you see a body, the functionality of body also will have various arrangement of subsystems. There may be sensory systems, right? And nervous system, like you have central nervous system or motor organs. So you find a similar kind of network here, right? Or some kind of system arrangement. Say information flow. If you see from the receptor, right? CNS, after that it will go to some, it will be actuating some motor organ, right? So whenever there is a fire, immediately some of the organ responds to that. And that sensory information will be immediately actuates. And you may be running, right? So similar thing, even we have to do when you are thinking about recognition systems. Like some sensor is required. Anyway, some pre-processing may be required. And some post-processing also may be required. Right? So whenever there is a fire or whenever there is a accident happens, if your sensor in the car detects certain impact, immediately the information is processed and decision is made by a smart circuit in your vehicle and a corresponding next step. What is next step? Post processing. What is post processing in case of accident happening? Any one of you? What is post processing action happens in a vehicle when an accident happens? If there is a smart arrangement for detecting the impact.
So airbags will be deployed? Yes,
correct. Some kind of arrangement today you find in every vehicle to, it is called safety measurement, or you can say that it is one of the precaution, right? To safeguard the people, right? Within that. So there is a post-processing action. What happens there? Say suppose there is any fire, putting the alarm on also. Making alarm on may be a post-processing action, right? Taking a decision that there is something happened, right? Some kind of post-processing action, right? Also happens in. So it is nothing but what is the recognition system activity. It is also a mimic from some kind of biological system. That is what you understand if you see. Most of them are mimic of. But especially in case of neural network, we are focusing on now our discussion to only mimic of neuron here. Let's say our neural network of neurons. Some detail of neuron, basic neuron given for your information. You can just go through it if you wish to do it. Yeah. Let us just compare a basic neuron and an artificial neuron. Okay. Then we'll go for further. So basic biological neuron and a artificial neuron. If you see, there are a lot of similarities in their representation also. You can see the dendrites, we generally receive some signals or signal strengths, right? So that's what you see here in artificial neuron also. You have several input arriving, maybe features arriving, or certain input arriving, data input is arriving. That you need to process will be symbolically indicated here with the artificial neuron representation. The inputs arriving can be shown. Received by the neuron and can be shown that it is connected together. Like what happens in a cell, right? A similar arrangement is shown here by a circular node. You can see nodal representation here, right? What is this node representation? It is just mimicking the area of the basic neuron, right? So this nodal representation, just by mimicking the cell body, they assume that it is going to receive multiple inputs. Like how from dendrite, how biological receives, right? So when you receive multiple inputs, certain processing may be required to be carried out, right here. Like how biological neuron does. Whenever there is some excitatory nature signal comes, an inhibitory nature signal may come. Excited type, whenever it comes, it may additive in nature. Maybe the other kind, when it comes, it may be subtractive in nature. Whenever biological signal comes through the dendrite, it may help in triggering the neuron, right? You have studied about triggering concept. So when it is sufficiently high strength arise through dendrite, you know that this neuron is able to trigger and even it will influence the neighborhood. The triggered pulse may be even traveling through axon and it may be considered as output. And it can be passing to later junction and it can even go to its neighborhood, a neighbor neuron, right? So whatever the input comes here, if it is sufficiently high in biological neuron, you know that it may trigger the neuron and some pulse or some kind of output, which may even see that may be considered this output, whatever through axon, maybe even traveling through the other neurons, right? Maybe the action, whatever happens here in biological, that is in different form. Whatever happens here in artificial domain is in different form, okay? They are not in the same form. In artificial domain, everything is based on electrical signal, or maybe because of your coding, no? Everything will happen in the system, right? So we can say that it is electrical impulse based environment, right? Whereas here it is not. You know that biological. You studied in detail, correct? So what is this nodal representation? Even if you see closely with the nodal representation of a neuron here, we have shown that it has two areas, important areas, symbolically indicated with some symbol sigma. This area of sigma indicates that you are doing some action with the inputs. So whenever the number of inputs coming towards a node, First step is to do some summation of that. Get net input, we call, okay? Summation of all the inputs. It is generally. But whether input is coming directly, no, it is once again weighted input which is coming. Like how the signal strength may be different here and here in biological neuron. Similarly, the input arriving at a node in artificial neuron also may be considered as having certain weight. It's having different strength. That's what it is believed here also. Okay. With the different signal weight, it is arriving to a node. So first step, what we are trying to do at a node is always you try to take a summation of all inputs. And once you generate summation of inputs, then you can try to use certain function called activation function. And you can generate required output or desired output. The output will be decided by a function here. An appropriate function will help you to get or help you to map the given input into an output. So some kind of processing is seen adapted here, right? So it is nothing but it is mimicking the biological neuron. When you see here, this neuron is mimicked here. We said that when the signals of sufficient strength arrives here, maybe excitatory nature or inhibitory nature, it may be able to trigger the neuron, right? So triggering means what? See, some kind of state it is generating at the output of the neuron, right? Through axon, right? So sometime it may not trigger. The some value may be, or the signal strength is not sufficient to trigger the neuron, right? What do you mean by in the artificial domain here? We try to understand this. The weighted input, whenever it comes, if it is sufficiently high when you sum it together, right? The function may evaluate it. Okay, certain function here. So making use of some threshold or some kind of function will help you to decide what is the net sum. And based on that, an output is generated. So it's nothing but when output is generated as logic, some high, you can say that the neuron is triggered. Okay. If the function output is the other level, you can just say that the neuron is not triggered. A similar condition of neuron even could be achieved here, right? Triggering an or activation, right? Happening, activation of neuron, whatever happens here under certain condition, even is mimicked here. Okay, those kind of conditions are mimicked here. Okay, this is how generally we understand that there is a simple, simplest unit of biological neuron even can be compared with a simple model, a artificial neuron model, right? They are mimicking, right? I mean, artificial neuron is mimicking the biological neuron in most of its functionality. So it is a challenge how you can bring it very close to that, right? That is a challenge here. Let us see how it could be realized in the later discussions. Now I have put one quiz, okay, for every class we have to put a quiz now. Maybe now next 2-3 minutes it may come, okay. I just told you in advance so that you can be online if you are not. Anyway, this is a single element when we talk a simple biological neuron and how a artificial neuron look like. That is what we were comparing. So when you have in a biological system multiple neurons, you see that it is connected to another neuron. There is a complex network you have, right? Maybe in the brain or some system here, right? Biological neural network. So to mimic this kind of network, having high connection, like highly interconnected, massive interconnection, it is very challenging, but still people are trying to mimic this, right? However, a similar kind of network, maybe with the various architectures, maybe seen developed, right? So you can find many neurons, nodal representation here connected with another node with line diagram. So we try to mimic a single neuron here with certain nodal representation. And we connect it to another node. And if you have another neuron here, and this also if it is connected, you can understand that you are trying to make multiple neurons interconnected together, and you are building a artificial neural network. So this is just a typical diagram. Okay, how it look like. So there can be multiple number of neurons interconnected together, maybe in the layered form. Okay. So some architecture is required when you're talking in the system side, right? So we talk maybe, computing system. When you talk, we cannot simply connect one computing system to another computing system. So whenever you're talking this kind of platform, it is something like distributed system you are trying to design here. Okay. Anyway, let me stop for a few seconds. I think you have to attend a quiz now. By next 1 or 2 minutes, it will be launched. Okay, so you can be ready with that. You finish that and come back. Anyway, don't go out. You can do there itself, and you can have that and come. Today it is only 3 minutes quiz I have given. There is no computation. Okay.
So the quiz is only for 3 minutes.
Yes.
The quiz isn't out yet, sir.
It will come.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it's launched, right?
Yes, sir.
So you said that the quiz was for 3 minutes? Sir?
Hello. Is it audible?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sir, you said that the quiz was for 3 minutes, right?
Yeah. It was 3 minutes. It is set for
Yes,
3.
sir. It gave us only 2 minutes, sir, from 3:30 to 3:32, and by the third minute, we weren't allowed to submit.
No, it will be 3 minutes only. How it can? It is set for 3 minutes.
So it came out at 3:30, and when we submitted at 3:33, which is 3 minutes later, it wouldn't accept.
No, maybe it is after time only you tried submitting.
No, sir. Even if you check Aditya's message, it came at 2:33 itself.
I will verify it later. History is possible to check.
Okay, sir.
That history of that we can check it. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Because it is a simple question, they have instructed us to give maximum 3 minutes. Okay. It is direct answer, right? Like only you have to read and choice is need to be selected, right? There is no calculation here today. Yeah, anyway, we'll go ahead with the discussion. I'll check that and tell you later what happened there. So how many of you had a problem in submission? Can you raise your hand? It can even happen sometime your network is slow, right? But still it has to give 3 minutes universally, right? As per the model, what they suggested.
So it wasn't accepting at 3:33, and the quiz came out at 2:30. So that's 2 minutes.
It's the deadline, right?
Sorry?
It is the end of the time.
Yes, sir. So technically that's 2 minutes, right? Because
Correct.
we had to submit at 32.
Okay, let us proceed with the discussion. I was talking about artificial neuron. You are able to see my slide?
Yes, sir.
So if there is an artificial neuron, like even there could be a network of neuron model also you can think. That is what I was discussing, that you can refer it as artificial neural network, right? Anyway, there may be some condition you may have to meet for firing biological neuron. Similarly, the condition also required to meet at artificial neuron to get an output or desired output from a artificial neuron. Okay, which are some key element what you find across this node, right? Which you believe that representing major area of your artificial neuron. As we understand, artificial neural computing requires a number of artificial neuron. It cannot be completed just by using single neuron. But however, you need to understand single neuron so that then only you may be able to connect that with another neuron and you may be suitably arrange them as a model, right? For some computation or some kind of task, maybe for certain task like classification or maybe data compression or whatever you are doing. Some computing, it acts as some computing framework, right? So suppose you want to do that, yeah, then you may have to look for complex task, you may have to look for number of neurons, okay, or artificial neural network. For simple task, even it is demonstrated that a single neuron can perform, okay, some computing and some task it can perform. So what is this neuron generally has? As you find here, some kind of input you can feed here, maybe feature or feature vector, okay. Number of features you can feed here. This feature may be given to this processing node, right? Through a line. So symbolically you indicate that these inputs are flowing to a processing node with the line diagram. So that line nearby you are showing some weight, right? So this model in which you will be trying to train a model such as a neuron model using one parameter here, it is weight here. Okay, we'll discuss about that in the upcoming class or later. But what you understand here, you can give some input and weighted input, you can feed it to your neuron. So every neuron is associated with weighted inputs here, right? And the processing node can do some major such as summation, that is symbolically indicated. First task is summation of all input. Maybe net input, we can even write saying that suppose if y is the output, I just take y suffix in, indicating that the net input which I am gathering here. A summation of all the input, I just denote it as y in, or I can write it as net input. And later I will try to analyze that net input in the second half using certain function. We'll just try to generate an output y. So output y may be generated with a function. So y is nothing but f of net input. Some kind of output, what you desire, you can generate, maybe logic high or logic 0. Suppose when you reach some condition of summation of input, you may be requiring to trigger this neuron, nothing but your output need to be made high. Say y is expected to be made high. Logic high. Then you can say that this neuron is triggered. In some cases, if you want to make below certain threshold of input, when you sum the input, the net input y in, if it is greater than some threshold, then only you make y as high. If net input is on the other side, if it is lesser than theta, you can make it as y as 0. For greater or equal to theta, you can keep y is equal to 1. If net input is less than theta, you say y is equal to 0. Some condition you can put here, or some function you can try to incorporate in your node, which help you to map your input such a way that using certain function here in the node, you are trying to do some kind of computation, right? Which help you to get some desired output. Why? So that is the task you are going to do here. Yeah.
So may I ask something?
Yeah.
So the function that you're talking about is an activation function, right?
It can be called here as activation function.
So the way an artificial neuron is analogous to a biological neuron, there's like a one-to-one mapping in terms of similarities between the two. What is the biological analog of an activation function?
We'll discuss about that activation function. Okay, I'll come to that.
Okay, sir.
So generally you try to understand that, yeah, summation is this first task and usage of some activation function or some function here is the requirement to read the requirement of similarity, what you have mentioned, like we are mimicking the biological neuron, right? So suppose you want to generate some output. This is the major consideration, step number 1 and 2. So every neuron, what you are trying to do is get all the summation of net input. Suppose if there are some input, weighted sum, that is the first task. Second task is usage of some function, maybe activation function here to map your input to required output. This is the basic concept of any neural network. Keeping in mind that two tasks happening here, yeah, there actually you may be going to use some threshold within the function net input. Whatever I said, no, net input, you can even write like this, summation of when there are certain number of inputs, say D, if the input is x1, x2, and so on, D number of inputs, and each input is weighted with certain weight, say W1, W2, and so on, then you can write a generalized form such as I is equal to 1 to D. So Wi, for the ith weight, you can just say it as Wi, and the corresponding input may be Xi, right? So that is why Wi Xi, that input you'll be summing with other inputs, weighted inputs. That's what you are trying to say here. Net input is nothing but summation of I is equal to 1 to D, Wi Xi, when there are D number of inputs. Now here output Y is nothing but function of net input. So that time you may be trying to consider some theta or some kind of activation function, considering that you may be trying to look for the kind of output. It could be some simple threshold activations function sometime. Theta is nothing but we are trying to use some kind of simple threshold, right? So let us take detail of that. So that is what something happening here. So nothing but you are trying to get some kind of mapping of input. Maybe here D elements are there, right? Let me trying to represent that with some Y. So for doing this, you may have to set some W. So that is what you will be doing during training process in using certain training algorithm. This you can modify, okay? Thereby, certain changes you can bring in this neuron. That slowly will understand when I take some example. But there is some similarity. That's what you can see in the process of implementation here. But you cannot compare every aspect of a neuron with here with simple neuron. Okay. Anyway, let me take up later some more detail. But before that, I'm just comparing here. Suppose if you connect one neuron with another neuron, you call it a network. So suppose you take analogy between these network, how these two look like, right? Simple table talks about all these comparisons with respect to certain variables like speed. Suppose if you consider speed, a kind of artificial neural network having several neurons connected, right? And biological neural network having multiple, millions of neurons connected, right? So comparing these two networks now, right? With respect to certain parameter, we have created a table here. So just take pointwise. Suppose you consider one of the parameter is speed. So can you tell me speed of a artificial neural network depends on what?
The number of hidden layers.
Anything else? Because yeah. Someone else is answering. I mentioned here as few nanosecond. Biological neuron few millisecond. You can find that this is higher speed. Why? If you have seen a few years, a few decades back, this is less actually. Now it is higher. How you get a computation power? Which decides speed? Speed is associated with what?
So the connections between the neurons.
Yeah, see, that is connection. Here also there are many connections. Okay. Biological neuron also has multiple neurons connected with another neuron, right? As I have shown, both biological neuron is massively connected neuron network. Maybe here it is difficult to have similar kind of same size. But what I'm referring here is the speed of operation, speed with which you can complete a task, right? Maybe it is standard because biological neuron, you know that it is very standard, this process. And its typical speed is shown here, okay, for taking a decision, right? It may vary even from a person having some Alzheimer and other thing, right? If you compare the case, there may be different cases where it may take higher time. Otherwise, a typical normal person, when you take, they just compare it with machine. So its machine speed even depends on clock, right? Or system architecture, right? See, neural network computation will happen in a system, right? So today, high-end systems can do computation very fast, right? Say no, neural network implementation you are trying to do using some processor-based system, right? So where the operation will be decided by finally the clock, whether it is megahertz clock or terahertz clock, that decides, right? You agree with that? So when I used to study my engineering, I used to work with a very simple 386 system. I remember 386 system, which works with very less speed of, clock. It takes several minutes to boot up. Now you are working with a different kind of system, right? So I am just comparing it is that makes a lot of difference when you are trying to implement your neural network here. The hardware associated with that particular platform or framework also major issue in deciding. Anyway, the architecture also plays major role in deciding the speed. However, because of hardware used today, it is seen increased. Okay, that's one major aspect. Whatever it is standard in biological system, we cannot speed it up, right? Can you speed it up? Your decision making skill only by training, you may be able to tell quickly. Yeah, that may happen sometime. If you know the information very well, you may be able to take decisions sometime quickly, right? But otherwise, the speed at which under standard condition will be very standard, right? The way how we work, right? Anyway, that is what it is compared. I think it's clarified. You don't have any confusion here, right? Anyway, comparing with the processing, another parameter, processing of information, right? When you consider, generally it is in sequential style, like processor-based system will be, that microcontroller you have studied, you'll be sequentially processing in many cases, but even there are some parallel processing possible, right? But it is not massive parallel processing like in brain. So you have sequential majority cases, but a lot of parallel processing also incorporated in system, artificial neural network. But this heavy, like a large number of parallel activity may not happen here. You know that our system will take multi, right? Like maybe skin will accept some information. Meantime, your nose has another sensor information, right? Ear will hear about so many other things, right? So many issues you are doing parallelly. When you're listening the class, immediately you understand what to do next class or next assignment or so many things. Multitasking you are doing, right? Highly parallel task you are carrying out. So that kind of parallel activity is very challenging here, right? In this artificial neural network. Okay. Anyway, processing compared to that, here it is very, very complex. It is not that level. Okay, that is what either sequential. Sometimes you introduce even parallel processing. That's what generally we can compare. Okay, taking one more point here, the complexity or size. Say the kind of neural network what you have, millions of number of neurons. So because number of neurons are very high here in biological neural network. That's what we mentioned, 10 to the power 11, right? So having that kind of number of elements in artificial domain and very similarly to working with is a very, very challenging task. You know that all of you people are working on brain chip, right? To mimic that. It is very, very time consuming task for you to design now. Immediately if the task is given, it may not be possible for one person to come out easily, right? So it is hectic because of the number what it has, high number of neurons, as well as the complexity, the connection between the neurons. So architecture plays a major role there even, but however, size and complexity when we talk here, we can say that it is difficult to implement in artificial neural network with the same size and same complexity. It is challenging, okay, or it is very difficult here. But anyway, people are trying to go with that direction, keeping that as a target. People are doing their research, right? So as we were comparing earlier, there is an ant or there is small animal. So we already have a capability of mimicking those kind of brains, right? But human being as a target, yes, still there are a lot of challenges. Still they are facing it. Anyway, that is one parameter which you can compare. And when you come to the next parameter here, storage capacity or the memories associated with the system here, right? What kind of memory is seen in case of machines, computers, right? It is generally a kind of a sequential memory which you have studied in microcontroller also, like 8800, where you can store a byte, 8801, like RAM or ROM you call, right? The memories of such kind can have some address where you can store a byte value, right? And you can try to save your content, right? The whole information. Systematically, you can organize as a data structure or whatever it is called. But you can refer it with some address or file name, and you can retrieve it and you can operate it. But one thing what you can observe is continuous loading into your memory may overload it, or it may be seen that you'll be filling the memory sometime. Suppose 1 gigabyte means you can store only 1 gigabyte. You have finite size of memory. It is not infinite. But when you compare this biological neural network, there is any size defined here? Storage size? Are you storing 1 big terabyte or petabyte or something? Any size? What is the maximum size defined actually? Storage size?
Not defined.
Not defined. So it's very difficult to hear say what is the size of information I have, what is the size of information, storage information you have, right? So it is still a topic to be explored. But however, there is a finite, you can say here. You can have finite memory of RAM, maybe 1 terabyte hard disk, right? Certain size is finite you'll be using in the machines. Storage is having some capacity. And even one more interesting factor here is most of our storage existing are byte addressable. RAM, ROM, all these are byte addressable memory systems. I mean that for a byte which you are storing, like some character you are storing in certain location, will be addressed by its some address, right? 8800. 0A. If you store at some byte location, that could be addressable, like with some 4-digit number. That's what you have studied in microcontroller, right? So it is called byte addressable memories. However, today even people are working with content addressable retrieval mechanism, which is what we see in the brain. Like there was a advertise long back was coming in, you may be seen, 5-star chocolate. Anybody has seen that 5-star chocolate? One ad was coming. Two friends were meeting by eating this chocolate, no? By during the see, the ad is something like two people will meet and they will be eating the chocolate and suddenly they recall. Have you seen that advertise?
Yes, sir.
See how they recollect when they are eating the chocolate. Have you understood that? What is this associated with the context? Context associated with? that example? Add. Anyone? What you understood from that? And I don't know how many of you have seen it. Or just I'll tell you a simple example. Now we know each other. Okay, even though pandemic happened and after more than 1 year we have not seen each other. Maybe some of them even forgot our faces each other, right? But still, maybe after 10 years when you are coming to Manipal, say for example, okay. Even we are changing, our face will change. You also will change a lot, right? When we meet each other, no? Say for example, after 10 years we are meeting each other, because now today electronic, say because of this computer era, no? We will be meeting in LinkedIn or Facebook, all this maybe. Otherwise, there is no chance that we will not see our updates, right? Because of that, suppose if you meet after several years, uh, there are a lot of changes with the personalities, right? Because of that, you may be able to recollect the other person only by understanding the activity what he is doing, or the way how he talk, or the way how he eat, or the way how he do some action, right? Based on all these things, you immediately try to understand that he is your friend or he is your teacher, right? He or she is your known person. It may not be like exactly one-to-one match you have today's and after 10 years, right? But still you are able to find out who is that person is, right? It is because of the special ability what you have. But the machine, if you feed today's image and after 10 years with a lot of changes with the, if you feed that image to the machine may not be able to find out sometime. Sometime maybe, because it depends on your algorithm. Yeah. Because if it can analyze only the eye region or something, then even it may be clever enough to do some analysis and able to find out. Eye region may not change much, right? But other region may change. A lot of changes you find in other face regions. So content-based retrieval, that is a technique people are looking for. It is something like how we try to have the system, right? Similar to that. They are trying to adapt that in the machine, right? Content-based retrieval. Anyway, but certain level of adapting that is happening, but otherwise major is byte addressable, you can see. Anyway, a lot of discussion may not be required here. You can just understand that storage systems also different here, right? Even though people are trying to mimic content addressable storage here. Okay, if you consider one more parameter here, fault tolerance. Say it is with respect to something like if a neuron fails in artificial neuron or in a machine, if the neural network, some element fails, what happens? That is what we are talking as fault tolerance. Our artificial neurons or artificial neural networks are less tolerant. If some area, some layer is not functioning, the whole performance of the network is maybe not predictable. Okay, it may not perform as you wish. The AI-based system, if there is some problem with one of the layer, may not happen. Okay, sometimes it happens that some area is in trouble, or some circuitry or some digital hardware is failed in that. So it may not able to manage itself unless there is some standby arrangement for that. Okay. So that's what we are talking here, fault tolerance. That is less in case of artificial neural network. We cannot say that it's also having some mechanism where we can sustain. The machines also can sustain today because they can also debug the problems. You know that many of the diagnostic system also today, they are going with the AI-based monitoring, right? You heard about that, no? Some of you at least heard about that, or you may be seen that any problem occurring should be monitored even by that tool or the hardware corresponding. So before getting into problem, they should be able to predict whether it is getting wrong, and they want to right? Do certain mechanism of handling. That is nothing but fault tolerance, right? So in case of neural network also, some extent you may be able to do it. That's why less tolerant we say compared to BNN, that is biological neural network. Why biological neural network are high tolerant? Why this is true? Anyone? Have you understood what is the topic of interest here, fault tolerance? So suppose even some accident happens and small damage happens, even it will be seen that they may be recovering there, right? Memories and so on, right? It's a very highly tolerant system, right? Even it is not seen like RAM or ROM system where you store your information only in one place. Maybe say if there is a brain region, you will not say that you will be storing here, no? You may not be able to see the place where you are storing, right? So if some damage occurs somewhere, and some problem or some neuron dies here, it may not be much problem, right? You may be able to retrieve still, because here the information is seen, stored, distributed with some distributed mechanism, right? Anyway, because of that, it is highly tolerant. High tolerant mechanism is seen there, whatever it is. That still is a challenge for people to look for. Okay. So one more thing, if you consider control mechanism. So you have control unit and some other areas in the machines. This will try to control all the activities, right? But where is the control unit here in the brain? A network of neurons where is the control unit? Even people have identified some areas which are more prioritized area, right? Otherwise, it will be seen distributed, right? Anyway, let us not go into deeper into that. There are a lot of physiology studied by some people, and they understood many things here. Still, there are some of the areas still there is so many things to understand. Okay. Anyway, let us just compare with a simple matter that here we have a simple control unit required, which can help you to do all activities controlled in a machine, right? Something like some of the parameters can be taken between the machine and biological neural network, machine-based neural network or artificial neural network, what we call here, that is associated with the machine here, a computer, right? You're not designing any code without a computer, right? So it is associated with the computer only, right? Whereas this biological neural network is associated with the human being. That is what we compared here in generally how it looked like. Okay, let us take a simple example of some neuron now. So I already mentioned that a simple artificial neuron can have some inputs, and you can see that it can generate some output. The node could be referred with some label also sometime. Depending on the output, the label may be given. Say the output what you generate. Why? So from which node, that is what it is written here. Okay, you can label it if you want, not essentially to be done. You can see that some of the inputs are provided here, 0.3, 0.5, and 0.6. So you're feeding some feature vector here to a neuron. And the lines are associated with the weights. How it is set, we'll discuss later. Some training algorithm you need to use sometime. But here, we're just talking about some weight which are given. You can see 0.2, 0.1, minus 0.3. So there are three inputs, x1, x2, x3, and corresponding weights are shown here along with the lines. This is what given. A neural net is a small neuron is given, artificial neuron is given with some details of input and weights. So your question is to get net input. How you calculate here net input? It is a very simple procedure. We already mentioned that it is whenever having a D input, you have to just do Xi, Wi. Now there are three inputs. So I is equal to 1 to 3. Xi, Wi. Nothing but you can specify which are the inputs and this x1 w1 plus x2 w2 plus x3 w3, right? So the input may be represented sometime with the vector notation. So x1, x2, x3 you can represent as. Similarly, the weight vector shown here, whatever graphically indicated, either they may give graphically the information or sometime may be given as a vector here. I think if this is given, you may be able to write this, right? Vice versa. Given x, given w. Now intention here is to look for what is the net input. The calculation of net input. It is denoted as yin, y suffix in, right? Net input. Nothing but x1 w1, x2 w2, x3 w3. I have written here same as. I think you're able to calculate now, right? With the values. So x1, x2, x3 are given. Respective weights also given with each input. Now weighted sum you have to calculate now. So you can substitute all the variables here. And you can find that what is the net sum. I think it is not, you are not able to see that. It is somewhere. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now you are able to see. It is minus 0.07. Now what is why? For that we need to do some more thing that we'll discuss. Activation function we have to use. Now in this problem I have just explained how you can calculate net input. So net input how you can calculate. That's all I explained here. Any confusion in finding net input? Okay, now there is one more question given to you. Say calculate net input for a given network where you find one more input. So input along with the x1, x2. See, sometimes people will show simply the input may be given like this. Okay. Both these two are same. Here in the diagram which is given, you find one extra node. They are the input nodes where actually linear activation function is used. So they don't do any changes for the input. Whatever you feed here will be sent here. Okay, it's accepting a node, does not do any actual processing. Activation function is linear here. Okay. Because of that, whatever 0.2 you feed here will be sent here as 0.2. That is why some people will just write simply like this. They will not show that node. Okay, there is no change. But one more thing you can see here, one more line is connected here with weight 0.45. This is nothing but a bias input. Its input is not having a variable, but you can see we mentioned it as 1, right? So bias input will be always identified by a input having unity value, right? So it is something like offset you are giving in hardware, right? To shift the signal. Similarly here, bias line will be set for a neuron, which will have always some unit value, and it can even have some weight. So the one shown here could be called as neural net, a neuron, artificial neuron with the bias, along with the bias input. If there is a bias, then what can be the way of finding net input? So let us just go find the net input y in, which is nothing but we earlier mentioned that is equal to I is equal to 1 to d xi wi. Now you find one more input, so you add that, which is nothing but bias input. V into its weight you can consider, okay? So its input is its input, if it is 1, if your input is 1 into its weight is say small b, then you can consider it as b only. They have considered b as the weight of bias. Its input value is always 1 into b. So this is generalized formula. When you specifically apply in this case, your x1, x2 here are 0.2, 0.6. And the weight associated with the lines or inputs, nothing but 0.3, 0.7. Now the bias weight is 0.45. And the input, it can be referred, bias input may be referred as x0. This is, suppose this is x1, this is x2. Bias input generally denoted with another notation like x0, where its value could be always 1, equal to 1. Now what is the value of net input when you calculate with these given x1, x2 and the weight w1, w2? That you can calculate with the expanded form of equation which I have wrote. Net input is nothing but, anyway, they have written this in different place, that's all. It is one and the same. So B is written first, bias is written first here. Then the other term, expansion of summation, right? I is equal to 1 to 2 here. Nothing but it is x1 w1, x2 w2. Anyone is not very much clear about how it is written? Because it looks very simple. If you understand, no? You can even understand a very large network easily. Any doubt here how it is written? It may be.
No, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how net input can be seen in case of a neuron with the bias, right? That's what given. And rest is very simple. Like you need to just substitute the value and find out its net output. Whatever the net input value, you find out that. So what you are trying to do at the node, you are trying to do two tasks. Remember that you'll be finding net input, and then you will be using some function. I'm trying to talk about only now first step, how to find out the net input here. This activity is referred as finding the net input by estimating the summation of weighted input. Is it clear? Only the step 1 is done now. Our first half of your node processing is carried out. The next half is yet to be done here. Okay, that is required to be done so that you can estimate y. If you apply or if you try to make use some function here, then you can define what is the desired output. Now we have calculated only net input. If I have a threshold defined such a way that if theta is 0.5 and if there is a rule defined, if net input is greater than 0.5, then say y is equal to 1. Else, if net input or greater or equal, if I take like this, say y is equal to 0. If I consider some kind of function or some kind of threshold activation here, so then what happens here is, in the given problem, your net input is somewhere around 0.93, right? This is what y in. This could be evaluated using certain function, threshold function here. So we said that there are two tasks we are doing, and there are multiple inputs here. The output y we need to find out now. So finding the y is possible if there is appropriate activation function or some threshold is set in. For a simple binary neuron, which is trying to define two level of output, maybe output as logic high or y is equal to high or y is equal to 0. A binary type of simple output having logic high and logic 0. If your neuron is generating a simple output by making use of certain threshold, then it may look like this. If y in is greater or equal to 0.5, in that case you are saying that y is equal to 1. Else you will be saying that in other condition y is equal to 0. So what you understand from this is, if your inputs are sufficiently higher than 0.5, your neuron is now triggering or your output is made as logic high. Else your output is logic 0, right? That's what you are able to understand here from the problem here. If essentially required, you can find out what is y. If the question is in the given question, it is expected to find out only net input. Okay. If y is asked with some threshold, then you can even do like this. The extended portion of that is to, generally it's required to calculate y, right? Otherwise, why you are doing the first step. But it is just to understand a portion of the problem is given here. How to find out net input is the interest in this problem. Once you find net input, that can be sort of used along with a function, and you can find required response. The response will be defined based on certain activation function. Anyway, we'll discuss about activation function in detail. Few more detail we have to. Before that, I'll just try to close the class just by telling some of the usefulness of the ANN or some capability of ANN are listed here. Quickly, we'll go through that and then I'll stop. Then we'll take up activation function in the next class in detail. So you know that input and output mapping is a requirement that is capable in artificial neuron here. That is what we were just discussing now. There is a possible to look for if there is some input, you are able to define some desired y. That I will prove it even in some other cases later. Okay, so it is possible to have a mapping of input to get a desired output. Okay, so that is what a case of learning, right? Even that is seen implemented. You can even train and you can even learn something through neuron, right? That is what we are trying to say here. And even it is possible to adapt some whatever the situation, no? It is able to take a decision. Even we will prove that it is also a decision making node, or it, as a network, even it can take some good decisions sometime, right? So that is why even it can generate some response, or even it can adapt in some architecture. Even you can see some adaptability also. Even it is having some level of fault tolerance, right? So it is trying to mimic at certain extent, right? And nonlinearity characteristic also seen adapted. Okay. So because highly nonlinear biological neurons are seen mimicked, so some nonlinearity characteristic also adapted here. And VLSI implementation also possible, large scale integration. So that is where the computation power increases, or neuron capabilities as parallel computing device, no? When you are talking parallel computation, right? So like brain, so you can improve by scaling it higher and higher, right? Neuron capabilities should be then thought of at VLSI level, hardware level. Not only just coding, even you may be heard about NVIDIA and other platforms, GPU, right? They do perform a slightly higher speed than our normal coding environment, right? Some of you maybe experienced it when you are doing some of the training. Anyway, there are a lot of characteristics which are very interesting and which seems to be promising, right? That is what people say, and that is seen. Anyway, let me stop today, and we'll have a discussion on activation function and some other models later in the next class, how it can be used for various decision-making problems, right? That is what we have to discuss. Yeah.